Increasingly efficient commercial vehicles are required to supply markets and people with goods as quickly and cost-effectively as possible. At the same time, the burden on the environment is being reduced all the time, thanks largely to legislation which progressively reduces emissions limits. All commercial vehicles on Europe's roads must comply with Euro emissions standards, the first of which was introduced in 1990. New vehicles can only be registered if they meet the latest standard. By way of example, the emissions produced by a latest generation Mercedes-Benz truck are only a tiny fraction of those emitted by a truck built in 1990. The Euro 4 and Euro 5 standards that are due to come into force represent a major challenge for all commercial vehicle manufacturers. Whereas compliance with the Euro 3 standard can be assured by means of engine modifications alone, exhaust gas aftertreatment systems are needed to meet Euro 4 and Euro 5 requirements. Euro 4 and, to a greater extent, Euro 5 stipulate a drastic reduction in the amount of nitrogen oxides and particulate matter contained in exhaust gases. It is possible to manipulate the combustion process in order to reduce nitrogen oxides. This is not particularly difficult from a technical point of view. Unfortunately, however, this intervention results in increased fuel consumption and a higher incidence of particulate matter. Particulate reduction measures then have to be implemented in order to trap the offending particulate. But the fuel consumption remains high. BlueTech diesel technology for Mercedes-Benz trucks is based on an optimized combustion process, which, although it brings about an increase in the presence of nitrogen oxides, significantly reduces both fuel consumption and particulate emissions. With the SCR catalytic converter, the nitrogen oxides produced during the combustion process are eliminated almost completely. So BlueTech diesel technology from Mercedes-Benz effectively kills 3 birds with 1 stone. The Mercedes-Benz concept is nothing if not comprehensive. Enhanced engines cut emissions thanks to an optimized combustion process. Residual emissions are neutralized by the newly developed SCR catalytic converter, and diesel consumption is reduced significantly. BlueTech, the new future-compatible SCR diesel technology from Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz has been supplying Euro 5 compatible BlueTech vehicles since the beginning of 2005, even though the Euro 5 standard is not due to come into force until 2009. BlueTech essentially comprises 4 components: an enhanced engine, AdBlue additive, the SCR catalytic converter, and system diagnosis, with the latter set to become a legal requirement in the not-too-distant future. The new engines have a higher peak ignition pressure and a greater compression ratio, thus improving combustion and, depending on the engine variant, boosting output. Optimized casting materials for the crankcase and cylinder head provide the required rigidity, meaning that the Mercedes-Benz power plants are extremely strong and durable. What's more, the oil change intervals remain the same. These power units are the very heart of BlueTech diesel technology. AdBlue, the new additive, is carried in a separate tank and can be obtained from pumps in the same way as diesel, either at a public filling station or at the vehicle depot. Approximately 1 liter of AdBlue is needed for every 25 liters of diesel. As a general rule, the cost of AdBlue is more than offset by the lower diesel consumption. A standard AdBlue tank, such as the one installed in the Actros, holds 90 liters, giving a range of 6,500 kilometers. That's the equivalent of driving from Hamburg to Athens and back. Together with the silencer, the SCR catalytic converter forms a compact assembly which is neatly housed inside a robust enclosure. The catalytic converter operates on the principle of SCR technology, which to date has been used predominantly in power stations. As well as being there to permanently monitor the BlueTech components, the system diagnosis lets the driver know how much AdBlue is left in the tank. But what happens inside the system? And how does BlueTech actually work? Here, the object is to remove the nitrogen oxides from the exhaust gas stream with the help of BlueTech. a process in which ammonia plays a vital part. The ammonia is mixed with a precisely defined amount of water in order to make it safe for people and the environment, as well as to facilitate transportation and refueling. The resultant aqueous solution is called AdBlue. In addition to being non-toxic and odorless, AdBlue is relatively inexpensive to manufacture. Let us now take a look inside the exhaust system, directly downstream of the turbo unit. Here we can see the nitrogen oxides produced during combustion. An electronically controlled metering unit injects a fine, precisely measured stream of AdBlue into the exhaust gas flow. The AdBlue then swirls around in the exhaust gas flow before hydrolyzing as a result of the heat, thus causing ammonia molecules to form. Ammonia and nitrogen oxide molecules move towards the catalytic converter. The catalytic converter has docking points for the ammonia molecules. The reaction begins. A nitrogen molecule collides with an ammonia molecule, leaving just water and nitrogen, both of which move towards the exhaust end. The process couldn't be much cleaner, since nitrogen is totally harmless. After all, around 80% of the air we breathe is nitrogen. BlueTech, the new SCR diesel technology from Mercedes-Benz, ensures early compliance with the future Euro standards, as well as consistently high economic efficiency. Firstly, because early compliance with Euro 5 already attracts government incentives in many European countries, such as reduced tolls on German motorways, lower road tax, and cheaper charges on transalpine routes. Secondly, because BlueTech reduces fuel consumption. And thirdly, because BlueTech trucks hold their value better. In short, BlueTech really pays off. What's more, BlueTech diesel technology displays the reliability and resilience associated with Mercedes-Benz vehicles when and where it matters most, day after day out on the road. Now, it's possible to achieve the perfect trade-off between optimal protection for nature and the environment on the one hand, and highly economical vehicle operation on the other. The proof is in every BlueTech truck made by Mercedes-Benz.